What's up, YouTube? It's your favorite programmer, the Texican, as always, and today we're going to look at one of my personal favorite C-sharp features, and that is the for each loop. For each loop is a pretty cool synaptical sugar loop to where you don't have to declare any type of counter variable or any type of variable and still be able to loop through the entire length of a collection or array of some type. So to demonstrate this, we're going to first create a list type integer. If I can spell, it will help. I've been programming in Java, so I'm pretty used to spelling out the entire kit and caboodle data type. And of course, using a list, you got to import the collection library. So here we're going to create a list called li. And if I can remember the syntax, we're going to preload it with a handful of values, integer values, bada bing, bada boom. So, okay, so here we have a list, and it's 3 entries long, 3 elements long. Now, what a lot of newbie programmers who don't know about the for each loop will do is just create a for loop like this. Sign count. Post. So you'll usually see a loop like this with newbie code. That's fine. That's great, but it's really probably not the best way to do it. It could be confusing. You could run into issues. Probably would have ran into an overflow issue or something like that. Would have ran that code. I really didn't pay attention to how I wrote it. It's just was just there for an example. So the best way in C# to loop through a collection of some type, whether it be a list, an array list, whatever it is with the for each loop. As I've said about 12 times already. So we're going to create a for each loop. We're going to say int x in li. Now, if you notice, I accidentally put the colon down, and that's because this is basically the same thing as a for loop with the colon in Java. In Java, it would look something like that. In C#, you got to use the end keyword. And we're going to see out. Sorry. Again, been programming another in C++ and Java as opposed to C# as of late. So my vernacular is a little off. You know what I mean. I'm retarded. Should change my name from the Texican to the retarded again. Okay, so here we go. Let's break this down. What we're doing is declaring a for each loop with the for each keyword. We're declaring a counter variable or variable that holds whatever in the array as an integer, and that's called x. Using the end keyword and the collection name. If we run this, we're going to get hopefully 1, 2, and 3. And we did. Now, if you watched my last video about typing, you'll know that the var keyword is used when it should be used when you don't know a data type or you got a really long name. Now, there are some times when you're just probably not going to know the return type, or it's going to be too difficult, too cumbersome to sort through 1.5 million lines of code to figure out if this list or collection is a type integer, type, double, type whatever. In which case, a good application for the var keyword is in the for each loop, as we'll see here. We'll go ahead and run this, and we should get the same results. 1, 2, and 3. So, in short, the for each loop is just loops over the entire array list. And like I said, we're not bound by just list or generic or non-generic type of collection. We could also create an array, say int x call it li just to keep things consistent, equals new int syntax off the top of my head. Yeah. So after I fumbled and bumbled around for about 45 minutes, here we go. Word on arrays, always remember the square brackets, even if you're preloading. It's one thing that I literally always forget. I have a master's degree in program in software engineering, 6+ years of experience, and I still forget the square brackets. It's a part of life. Get used to it. Anyway, after my incoherent rambling session, we're also going to enumerate over this array as well, and we should get the same result as we did before. We should get 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now, in my opinion, the for each loop should be favored over a traditional for loop anytime you are going to enumerate over an entire collection or array. In my opinion, a traditional for loop can get kind of cumbersome. You can wind up accidentally going over or not iterating enough, going over the amount of elements in the array or undercutting it. This is what I'm trying to get at. And you could theoretically wind up with bugs. You probably will wind up with bugs. I mean, there are features like the count property and stuff with lists and stuff, but still, I mean, it's a lot easier and it's a lot easier to write and read to just use a for each loop as opposed to that long, drawn out traditional for loop. So with that being said, have mercy on me. These are my first few videos in a while. And comment, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Please help this channel out. Help it grow. View as much as you can view. Help an old tech skin out. And I'm the Tech Skin, and I'm signing off.